Well, we are expecting new details to emerge in just a few hours about President Trump's grand plans for a so-called Triumphal Arch. What I have for you here is a satellite view of this area where it's proposed. Here's the Lincoln Memorial, the National Mall. This is Memorial Bridge. Right here is where that is proposed. Arlington Cemetery is right over here. So this traffic circle that's just off Memorial Bridge between Arlington Cemetery and the Lincoln Memorial. Now, I want to show you here some pictures from the ground that I took just a couple of days ago to give you a better perspective of the area and its surroundings. So this is obviously looking towards the Lincoln Memorial. There's that traffic circle right there. And then I can take you a shot that points west to Lee's house and Arlington National Cemetery. Again, that is the spot right there, that circle where this arch would potentially go. Now, here are some of the renderings as to what this would actually look like if the current design plan is approved. Now, this proposal is facing new scrutiny from Virginia's side of the Potomac. A key federal commission hearing is set for today, where supporters and critics are expected to weigh in. 7 News' John Gonzalez is live where the arch is planned to go up and has the latest on why now Arlington, John, is part of the debate.
That's right. Good morning, Adam. And at this commission hearing later today, we are expected to get more details on the plan to build what is being called the Triumphal Arch here, right at Memorial Circle. Adam, you did a great job of explaining where this is exactly. 250 feet tall, just steps from the entrance to Arlington National Cemetery, right at the foot of the Memorial Bridge on the Virginia side. And this location is driving a lot of concern. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt already showing off some new renderings at the White House this week. So this is federal land, so Arlington County itself hasn't taken a formal position, but Virginia area stakeholders, veterans, and preservation groups are speaking out. Critics argue a structure this large could disrupt the historic and ceremonial corridor connecting the Lincoln Memorial to Arlington National Cemetery. There are also practical concerns, including traffic flow here in Virginia and airspace. This is an area where planes approaching Reagan National are already flying low in one of the more, it's been well documented, one of the more complex flight paths in the country. I spoke with Pat Malone, an Air Force veteran who worked 16 years at the Pentagon and has a personal connection here with his father's remains interned at Arlington.
The construction of an arch. Can you imagine if traffic is bad now? To think about construction, it would be a traffic nightmare for years. It would impede traffic to the nth degree.
Long after everyone in this room is gone, our children and grandchildren will remain inspired by this national monument. Beginning construction this year on the architectural arc is a fitting way to commemorate the 250th anniversary of American independence.
And this is far from settled. A federal lawsuit backed by veterans is already challenging the project. They argue it could impact the integrity of Arlington National Cemetery and, again, the corridor between the cemetery and the Lincoln Memorial on the D.C. side. Reporting live, John Gonzalez, 7 News.